Yeah, the educational employability pillar is a strand within Ospreys in the community. We work with people that are across the region who are either at risk of or are NEET, so not in employment, education or training. We sort of span that over 4 main programs. We use the Ospreys brand to engage with people and the power of the sport. But the 4 main sort of programs are our schools program, so 12 to 16-year-olds in comprehensive school, and that's funded by the National Lottery Community Fund. So we're really fortunate to have their backing to be able to deliver that across the region. We also work with our local college, Port Talbot College, to deliver a traineeship program. So that's for 16 to 18-year-olds, again, who are not in employment, educational training. We've also got a summer program which is for year 11 leavers, so we work with Careers Wales quite closely on that one, and again that's through the summer weeks, and that's working with students who finished year 11 and have an option to go to for the following September, so that's further education or into the workplace, and we work with keeping them engaged over the summer months. And then lastly we've got a program for 18 plus where we've worked with DWP in the past to help people who are currently not in employment to brush up on their skills as well. Yeah, so we're really fortunate that we've got an abundance of really good commercial partners at the Ospreys that we can draw upon their expertise to help us deliver the program, basically. So whether that be them coming in to do a Q&A with our learners, or whether we obviously pre-COVID take our learners to a factory visit or a workplace visit and just open their eyes up to what opportunities are out there and what's available to them in the wider world of employment. We've been really fortunate to have the backing of the National Lottery Community Fund to run our schools programme. We've worked with 7 schools across the Ospreys region, so across 3 local authorities, Bridgend, Port Talbot and Swansea. And we've worked with sort of 120 students year on year across those schools. So we've had great success with that. We've been really lucky, as I mentioned earlier, to draw our commercial partners in to help us deliver that programme. And essentially, I suppose the crux of that is using the skills that we see within a sporting context day to day and transferring them into an employability sort of remit. We're talking things like communication skills, teamwork, leadership, creativity, how to keep motivated, how to plan and organise your day, your well-being, which is obviously vitally important in the current climate. And like I said, you know, year on year that's been a roaring success. We've had some huge outcomes on that. So we've had students that, you know, ultimately have probably been sent to us to work with us because they're disengaging with school and are at risk of dropping out. And we're really pleased that we've managed to get outcomes for each of those students, and they will go on to further education and sixth form or college, or they'll go into working life straight away. And you know, we've even had one that's gone on to a football scholarship as well, which is amazing. So the schools program's been a huge roaring success. You know, likewise as all the programs, and again, those students we work with the college are currently not on a college course or are not in work, or they're not in some sort of training. So we've managed to open up their horizons in terms of what's available to them. And over the years, we've had people go on to apprenticeships, and we've had people go into full-time employment, and you know, other various outcomes, which is fantastic. And that seems to grow as well. So whilst that one is more of a rolling program, it's not so sort of dead set over an academic year. We've seen students come and go, but ultimately we've seen some really good outcomes, which is really, really pleasing. And also our summer program, which we're just about to embark on over the next couple of weeks, and that one again has been sort of growth year on year, which is really, really nice. So we work really closely with Careers Wales on this one, and like I said earlier, it's about year 11 leavers that are finishing their GCSEs or have finished their GCSEs and are going into some sort of outcome in September and keeping them engaged over the summer weeks. And sort of in 2019 we did that face-to-face, and we had 20 learners from across the region, which was outstanding. And they go through a whole sort of program where they complete mock interviews at the end, and they get access to question our commercial partners about their industry or their sector, and just really ascertain more information about what's out there in terms of the world of employment. Like I said, in 2019 that was 20 learners, and we start next week with 50 learners across 3 local authorities. So that's shown a real growth over the last 3 years. And Last year was obviously a little bit more difficult because it was during the sort of height of a pandemic, and we were really adaptable, which was really nice, and we managed to take that all online and be able to produce a program, maybe not in the way the learners would have wanted to do it, but still as successful and as engaging over an online platform, and we had to be really quick and adaptable to do that in March, April last year. So that was great. And this year now we enter a blended learning environment. So we're going to do still a 3-day program over 7 weeks, and the learners will be online for 2 days, and they'll be face-to-face within our centres on a Wednesday for 1 whole day as well. So again, those students now will get access to our title partners and our sort of our friends that we've made across the time of tackle. So the Royal Navy and the Army will come to deliver sort of teamwork and leadership exercises and workshops, and we'll have Big Ideas Wales to present some entrepreneurship stuff. And again, so giving them access to guys within loads of different, or leaders in loads of different industries, and just generally open up their eyes and broaden their horizons to the world of work and employment. So we're really looking forward to that. I suppose bottom line, really and simply put, is to grow the pillar and grow the offering. We found that there's a real big want and need for what we can provide within the Ospreys region, and we're looking to tap into various sorts of funding to help facilitate that. So whilst I say the schools program now is on seven schools across the region, we ultimately want to be able to reach more young people across the region and help them with their future employability skills. Similarly for the traineeship as well, we're looking at possible opportunities to delve into other areas of Wales, and hopefully deliver that to 16 to 18-year-olds that are not in employment, education or training at the moment. And exciting project as well that we've got coming up. So it'll be the first time that we ever sort of branch into dealing with a local rugby club. So dealing with a club level sort of employment. So we've got that on the horizon. So that'll be announced shortly as well, which is great. And I suppose the beauty of that is we're now working with local rugby clubs to help people within that local community to gain employment. So it'd be exciting for us to work with a club rather than an education as well, to branch that out. But as I said, ultimately we want to grow and expand, and recently we've put out for advert for 2 members or 3 members of staff via the Kickstart scheme with the government, which is amazing, and we can give young people an opportunity to work with us at Ospreys in the community, and ultimately grow our offering and help more people across the region of all ages now.